A West Michigan man says he is out $630 for what he calls an incomplete mowing job.
Dan Hansen says he paid a landscaping company to mow his grass 9 times last summer and says the owner, Aaron Calton, only showed up for 2 of those grass cuttings.
13 Help Team reporter Micah Cho found out that Dan Hansen is just one of several customers who have complaints against Calton. Micah?
Aaron Calton's own brother is on the list of people we talked to about questionable business practices, and you'll hear from him in this story. The Better Business Bureau has a long list of complaints against Calton and have given him an F rating. So many complaints, in fact, they have alerted Michigan's Attorney General's office.
At what point did you realize he's not going to show up anymore?
It was after that 3rd week. When he just stopped communicating altogether.
Back in August, Dan Hansen's lawn looked clean cut. He says that's because he had to take matters into his own hands, doing a job he says he paid Aaron Calton over $600 to do.
The next day came, went, nothing. So I call him again. No answer. Text him, no answer.
Hansen says he paid Aaron Calton's company, Lake Michigan Pool and Outdoor Services, $630 to have his grass mowed bi-weekly. This is what Dan says his lawn looked like after waiting 4 weeks for Calton to show up. He says when that never happened, he finally had to do the job himself.
It took me about 6 hours to mow the lawn for something that should take me an hour tops.
Lake Michigan Pool and Outdoor Services is now known as Calton's Lawn Care and Landscaping. I called twice and left a message.
Hello, thanks for calling. Nobody can get to your call at the moment.
There was no answer and they didn't get back to me, so I sent them a message on Facebook Messenger. I got a reply, but the sender did not identify themselves. They did, however, threaten me with legal action, saying, quote, "Personally speaking to my customers or my business is none of yours or the news business at all." The message went on to say, quote, "At this time, I would appreciate it if we end this conversation or I might have to get a hold of some lawyers." The sender did acknowledge the agreement for lawn service with Dan Hansen and says Hansen broke their contract. However, Hansen tells me he never got one.
Yeah, he dug that concrete slab out because it ran from here to here.
This is Ryan Cullen, Aaron Calton's brother. He told us about unfinished jobs he paid Aaron more than $1,000 for in August of 2022.
To do rocks, to clean our gutters, take some sticks and stuff that were in the backyard and just do some overall landscaping for us.
Ryan says after 2 days, Aaron stopped showing up and never finished the work. He showed us these before and after pictures.
He came over and he worked for maybe a half a day, and then he didn't show up one day, and I called him and texted him and asked when he was coming, and he never responded and just never came back to finish the job.
Ryan sued his brother in small claims court and was awarded a default judgment for just over $1,000. The two haven't talked since.
Knowing that it's your brother, does that hurt a little bit?
No, because I kind of disowned him a long time ago, but I tried to rebuild that relationship when we hired him to do this work, and then he burned us that way.
So the Better Business Bureau has conducted an investigation into Calton's Lawn Care and Handyman Service and Lake Michigan Pool and Outdoor Services, and we have determined that they may be owned by the same owner based off of consumer reports to us through our complaint system, linking similar phone numbers and return addresses on invoices that match each company.
The Better Business Bureau in Grand Rapids has received multiple complaints about Aaron Calton's companies. Katie Grevia says the complaints have the same theme. Aaron Calton takes money for work and doesn't finish the job.
The specific case of Calton's Lawn Care and Handyman Service, they have multiple unanswered complaints against them, which are fully published on their profile that any consumer can see and read about. And so that affects their letter grade. That's why they have that F rating.
Grevia says you should always run businesses and owners' names through the BBB website before hiring them.
And we have tried to reach out again to Aaron Calton after talking with his brother, but he did not return a request for comment. Again, The BBB says they have sent their findings and concerns to the Michigan Attorney General's office for review, and we'll update this story if we learn about any developments on that. And if you or a family member have an issue you would like us to look into, you can contact the 13 Help Team by phone at 616-559-1313 or email us at help@13onyourside.com. I'm Micah Cho for 13 On Your Side.